Hello, everybody. It's your girl, Sophie Soph, back here on Sophia's Football Talk. I know. I've been gone for a little while, not making any content. Guys, it was the international break. I really wanted to, but I've been exhausted. It's been very hectic at work, and I was like, you know what? Your girl, it needed a break. And the motivation has been quite low as well, unfortunately. But today I was like, you know what? No, we're going to go live. So you are going to go live. You're going to do it because you just have to do it. Get into the groove. There's, exciting games coming back now that the international break is finally over. And to be fair, even though I did feel like it was a bit too soon, maybe it was a time of need for me to have that international break. So for me, I didn't mind it at all. But I am, don't get twisted, very excited to have club football back, the club men's football back, where we have the matches at Derby this Sunday. That's going to be quite interesting. So, but before, of course, we're not going to focus on talking about that and, Derby d'Italia, with Juve and Inter. We'll make that content once we get closer to the weekend. But right now, for today, we're talking about Man United's transfer window. So we haven't signed that many players. There's some, but there's also some outgoings. And I wanted to be able to rate all of those signings. I'm letting you know right now, we're not going to include Diego Leon. We bought him technically last window. I know that he officially joined us now, but I included him in last season, so I'm not including him into this window. That's just me. So letting you guys know out from the back. But either way, I hope that everybody here are doing well. Make sure you like this video here and subscribe, of course, to the channel if you haven't already, as we are on the road to, let's get to 6K and hopefully 10K by this year, depending on how consistent I am. But either way, let's now get into the actual stuff, like why you're here. You know what I'm saying? Why you're actually here. So yeah. We have all the players. Obviously, from left in red and obviously the goalkeeper kit, we have all the players that came in, that we bought this window. I persist again, this window. And the rest are the players that we have either loaned out or sold. Okay? And I want to include them as well. Are they good deals? Was that a good transfer? So far, of course, because we don't know. We don't know. But maybe we could have gotten more money, So we weigh that into this tier list here. We're top tier, like that's the creme de la creme. Good, decent, meh, horrible, It's kind of how I like to go by things. Yeah. So first one that we got in through the door, as soon as the window opened, it was this guy right here, Matthias Cunha. So we're seeing, preseason of him, first few games of the season. The Grimsby game, he was horrendous. That was not good. But to be fair, everybody, who was really that, good in that game? Zayora, I think it was. The rest was just like, eh. It wasn't even Yora playing. You know what? Time is just, Yora wasn't even playing. What am I talking about? He was playing Burnley. He wasn't playing in that game. You know what? That game has got me so much PTSD that I don't even remember. All I know is certain players were really, really ass. But most of them were crap. in general. Regardless, um, I do still think that this is a good signing. We needed to get somebody of his caliber, for sure. I might even like, should we put him top tier if we're just focusing on the signing alone? And also what he's added. Okay, he do need to get better with the finishing because we know he has that at his arsenal. We know he's a good finisher. We just need to see more of that at Man United. And I know that once some of these players click, it will be quite lovely to see. But right now, the way he drives the ball through that midfield, carries the ball, is a thing of beauty. He's physical. Because I still remember when we lost, was it 3-0? I think it might have been was it at OT or Wolves? Regardless, when we played Wolves last season, one of the games where, we were obviously crap. And Cunha was pretty good. He was bossing in that midfield and bullying Bruno Fernandes, I remember, in that particular game. And yeah, I don't know how long Cunha will be out for, or even if he's back. I don't know. But we'll talk, of course, more about that, in regards to team news, closer to once we do the match preview for the match of Derby. That'll be sometime probably on Friday, so I need to sort out that stream. But it's either here or there. I'm gonna say, because how much did we buy him for? Let me see here. Transfer mark 1998. We're looking at Cunha. 74. Is that has to be euros, isn't it? Like about 74. I don't know how accurate that is though, but 62.5 million, of course, pounds. That's what we signed him for. And I think that seems reasonable. I think some people even saying that we've kind of ruined the window this season by getting him. But regardless, though, I do think that Cunha is a good addition. And for what we need, I'm going to put him top tier. Yeah. 100%. I think it's a doggone pretty good signing. And we need to take into account the fact that we freaking finished 15th with nothing, neither trophies, and we still were able to get the Premier League proven players such as Cunha, and of course another one which we'll talk about shortly in Mbeumo. But yeah, big up Eddie, hope you're doing well. Big up Paul. Cunha, what injury is it? I think it was a muscular injury, I think it was. I could be wrong. I bet overplaying versus Grimsby, etc. has something to do with it. Probably. Next, we have Mbeumo. Brian Mbeumo. I mean, he got his first goal. That was nice to see. The other game. And I think we've been wanting to see him and Ahmad click. And it hasn't happened fully yet. But once it does, it gonna be long for the rest of y'all. It gonna be long. Because this guy is a baller. And of course, Cunha as well. Don't get it twisted. But like Mbeumo, certified goal scorer. Especially that goal he scored. Like that's a classic Brian Mbeumo goal. And we just need to see more of that. And I know we will, 100%. Because if we can't make Brian Mbeumo and Matheus Cunha work at Man United, then we are cursed. like in the words of David De Gea, we are cursed if we cannot make these ballers ball out. You know what I'm saying? So for me, single-handedly just looking at the signing by itself. So about 71 million, compromising obviously 65 million plus 6 million add-on in potential add-ons. That is the how it's structured. And it's annoying, of course, how long that whole debacle took, but we got him. And when the news broke that we were interested and he really wanted to come to Man United, I was like, oh my God, once again, another Premier League proven player wants to come to Man United. Killing it last season. Hopefully he can do it for us as well. And I think he will. But I do think it's a really, really good signing. Am I going to say top tier like Cunha? Because those are signings that we needed. We still are struggling with scoring goals, though. But I think that also has to do with it needs to click. But let's be honest, if Liverpool would have gotten an Mbeumo, we would have said, oh, what a signing. If Spurs would have gotten, oh, what a signing. You know? Chelsea, oh, what a signing. Even though, like, they're kind of, they're kind of stacked up there regardless, but he instantly will be one of their best players, up there with João Pedro. Initially coming in, he would be better, but João Pedro has just been incredible. So, yeah. Eddie says good signing and Mbeumo not top tier. He does a lot of cut and shoot business, need to do better. I hear it. I'm also focusing on, because we're not rating their season so far. That's not what we're doing. We're taking that into account 100%, but we're focusing on the signing itself. What does it add to Man United? Okay? That's what I'm focusing on. So for me, he has to be top tier alongside Cunha, because we were looking at getting some attacking players. And we were hoping that that was going to happen. And they'd come in, Big Up Grace says, I'm going to be honest, I think we should have focused on a wing back either side and control in the midfield plus goalkeeper this summer. We had a number of players who could play 10 and back 3. I hear it, Grace. And that is, you know what? A fair shout, a fair comment from you there, Grace, 100%. I also do think that probably, I was saying Denzel Dumfries is right there, but people didn't want to listen to me. I'm saying like he's right there. He had a release clause of 25 million. And I said we can try to do it. I've been on the Denzel Dumfries train for a long time. People were saying, oh, he's a bum. And into the fans, like, I've been saying some, or a lot, to be fair. Was not really rating him. And then like last season, he was cooking. Right? So I do still think he's a player there, but hey. Goalkeeper 100%. Midfield. The thing is, though, we will be probably rating the transfer window as a whole as well at the very end of the stream, because you will see like these two, like, okay, individual signings. I think it's good. But like we will get to Sesko in a minute, and that will kind of take it down a few inches plus. But you know what I mean. Pick Up Phillips says, Pick Up Sophia. You made some good signings, but in my opinion, you're still not finishing above 8, and that's your prerogative. In the words of Bobby Brown, it's my prerogative. That's you can. Thing is, really depends on whether or not we still have this manager. Are we going to sign some other players in January? I don't know. Are we going to be able to steady the ship until the January transfer window? The fact that we're already focusing on January transfer window is a bit mad when the window closed literally 9 days ago. It's mad. And he says, I get it, sis, but I've already seen what Cunha offers with dribbling, great touch, better initiative than Mbeumo. I hear it. There are different players, but I hear it. Grace says, but Dallo is hard eyes, hard eyes. He has to play. Grace, I hope you're joking. Dallo, for me, I'm done with Dallo. Dallo got to go. By the way, we shall probably need to do like an updated, keep loan sell type of stream. Or no, we should do start bench. Yeah, that is probably what we should do in all actuality. And be like, okay, who's going to be starting for most of the games? And all I'm going to say, Grace, is it ain't going to be Dallo, not in my books. I'm so done with Dallo. He pisses me the F off. He really does. But okay, let's move on to the next one. Benjamin Sesko. Okay. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you would know I've not been the biggest fan of Benjamin Sesko. I haven't. I read him like years ago, like 2021 Euros. Then, not now. Like 4 years ago, Sesko was okay. Now, no. I did not want him. I'm sorry, I didn't. And so far, I'm kind of proving myself right. And I know it's just been a few games, seen some international games during the break a little bit, but I'm not moved. I don't know. I feel like that's just a signing really more so for like the future. Like he ain't ready now. And we knew this, but I'm just not moved. I'm not. I want to. I hope he can work out. I hope he can do well, but I'm just not moved. Like at all. And this is just me being honest with y'all. I'm not moved by Benjamin Sesko. I'm not going to say a horrible signing, but I'm going to say it's a meh signing because it's very underwhelming. Very underwhelming. I feel like we 100% overpaid for a Sesko. Okay? 70. Basically 66 million. I think. That was initially. No, actually, no. It was initial 66, but we ended up, paying 73. Oh my God. With an additional 7.3 on when it comes to add-ons, performance-related add-ons. So we paid a lot of money for this guy. A lot of money for Benjamin Sesko. I'm afraid that we're gonna do a Højlund, even though Sesko is way better than Højlund, don't get it twisted, he is a lot more proven as well. That does, come into account. You do need to justify that a bit as well. But regardless, I'm just not moved. So yeah. And Senne Lammens, the new goalkeeper that we have. The thing is though, y'all, I've never seen this guy play in my life. I haven't even seen clips. Literally, I never heard about this guy's name before we were linked with him. This is how I was at the beginning of when we first heard his name.
I hate to say it. I hope I don't sound ridiculous. I don't know who this man is. I mean, he could be walking down the street. I wouldn't know a thing. Sorry to this man.
Sorry to this man. Sorry to this man. I wouldn't know a thing. That's literally how I felt with, about Senne Lammens. Big up to him. But we needed a new goalkeeper. I really wanted to get Donnarumma. He sadly left to join City. The younger light blues brothers over the, across the road, whom we are facing, who we are playing against this upcoming Sunday. And Senne Lammens might get to start. We'll talk about it. You see the other guy here? You see this guy here? in Andre Onana. He left. He's joining Trabzonspor. I cannot say that. For a long time, I never thought that was a Turkish club. I feel like I was like, last year or 2 years ago, where I was like, oh, is that Turkish? I just assumed that it was like like the name gives me like Swiss or like Belgian, you know? It gave me that vibe. Regardless, he's going there. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Right now, Sander Lammens is his replacement. Onana didn't want to fight for his place. He was third choice goalkeeper after the whole hamstring injury. When he decided to play, right before preseason, in Cameroon, he decided to be like, I'm going to be a midfielder and I'm going to be running around and, not on necessarily the best pitch, but I'm going to be running around. Oh, what happened? Right before preseason, I decided to get myself a hamstring injury. Whoop-de-doo. And here we are now. Here we are now. Oh, wow. Tyler, talk about making an entrance. A proper entrance. Thank you, Tyler, for your kind donations. It's hi, Sophia. Bye, Sophia. Hi, Tyler. Bye, Tyler. You don't need to go. You can still be here in the chat, but thanks for stopping by and putting a kind, I think Australian dollars, 30 Australian dollars donation. Thank you. I appreciate it, Tyler. Really. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. And Tyler has been doing this for a while as well. So sometimes he just be like, boom, here's a little present for you. You get a car. Everybody gets a car. If you know, Oprah Winfrey back in the day. Yeah. Okay. But thank you, Tyler. Thank you. Where was I? So Sander Lammens, basically, the thing is we needed to get a goalkeeper. I'm happy with that. I am praying. Whatever you believe in, whether or not you are Christian, Muslim, Jewish, oh my God, Hindu, Buddhist, Sikh, or you don't even believe, okay? You don't even believe in higher powers. That's fine. That is completely fine. All of the world's religions, please, we need to come together and pray that Sander Lammens, if you're Man United supporter, you need to come together with me. Come, hold my hands. Come. We're now going to pray. We hope and pray that Sander Lammens will be a good goalkeeper. I'm not asking for much. Okay, we're praying. Hold my hand. We're praying and we're hoping that he's going to be a good goalkeeper. I'm not saying you need to be De Gea. You need to be from the side. You need to be Kasper Schmeichel. I'm not saying all of that. All I'm saying is just be a steady Eddie. Just come in, clock in, do your work. You just come in. Be one of the guys that's at a workplace where you just come in and you're like, you know what? I'm not bothering anybody. I'm coming in, clock in. I do my job. I've been nice to everybody. I clock out and I go home. Just be that person. You don't bother anybody. You just do a dang good job. That's what I hope Sander Lammens becomes for Man United. Because if we have to rely on Bayondir, who gives me almost a heart attack whenever a team gets a corner set piece against us. He makes me clutch my pearls. I don't even wear pearls, but I clutch my imaginary pearls when I see Altay Bayondir. Onana makes my pulse go up or drops even whenever he just hardly ever jumps. And when he jumps, it's just like, eh. When he has the Flappy Bird arms, at least it's not our problem no more, and we'll talk about it. But damn. So Sander Lammens for what you are right now, I'm gonna say, and also for the price, did we overpay? Send the limits. Send the limits. Technically, we were supposed to get less, but 21 million plus add-ons. I'm gonna say so far, good signing because that's what we needed. But I don't know much about him. Once again, I don't know. So I can't sit there and act like I've seen this guy play. I've never seen him play in my entire life. Never. He could be walking down the street and I wouldn't know a thing. Literally. Sorry to him. But there you have it. That's basically all of the new signings. Cunha and Mbeumo, top tier. Lammens, good. Benjamin Sesko, meh. That's that. But what do I think about the departures? So we have basically all of these guys are on loan. We'll focus on the ones that actually left, that we actually sold. So we have Anthony to Real Betis. That one I feel like is a little bit of a mad old deal, and Garnacho as well. Could we have gotten more money? That's what I wanna and focus on for this particular segment of the stream. Okay, so if we're focused on Anthony, Real Betis, B. Okay. We have agreed for about 25 million euros or 21 million pounds, but with a 50% sell-on clause. So if they end up like, let's say they sell them for like, the thing is though, they and how many years was it? Was it 5 years? Years. Anthony's 28 million deal, by the way. Like how long? He didn't stay for long at us, but hey, yeah, it's a 50 million sell-on clause. The fact that Anthony's 25 already, like he was what, 21, 22 when he came to us a few years back, and he's 25? Damn. He was one of our most expensive signings, and we made a major loss. For me, I kind of feel like after he had such a good loan with or at the Real Betis earlier this year, I would have expected him to gone for a bigger fee, a bigger sum. So that's why I feel like for us to just get less than 30 million, and yes, it's a 15% sell-on clause, I still feel like we kind of got shanked, you know? I think we could have done better. So I'm a little bit annoyed with this. I'm glad that he's left, but I'm going to say that the deal is a bit meh. The transfer is a bit meh, because now we're not focusing on the quality. Like with these, with the signings we got in, we're focusing on kind of like the quality of the signings, right? But with the departures, we're focusing on were those particular transfers actually good? You know, was that a good deal to make? And with Anthony, unless they do sell him for a large sum in a few years, then I don't know. What if that 50 million doesn't do anything for us? 50%, I should say. Hopefully we can get another 25 million. 50, I don't know. I feel like we should have got more. The problem, once again, is the doggone weekly wages. That's what didn't help. And Alejandro Garnacho. So for Chelsea, 40 million, 10% sell-on clause. I don't like that either. That's even more meh, because I'm glad that he left. I didn't really want him to go to Chelsea. I just don't want to see his face at, within the Premier League. In fact, we're going to see him in the Chelsea shirt. We're definitely going to be watching. Just going to see how he does, because we might get some money in the future, because Chelsea knows how to sell players. But I do feel like we should have gotten more than 10%. That's what I was thinking. We should have had like a 20%. 20. We couldn't get like a light 20% sell-on clause? I don't get it. But regardless, like I said, it's meh. Rashford, so here we're getting into like the loan needs. And with Rashford, he's now went to Barcelona. There have been rumors that Barcelona want to send him back, but they have kind of been debunked. So there you have that. Let's look at the fee. Or not really a fee, but it's a loan. So Barcelona, they are recovering his full wages and holding a purchase option worth approximately 20 million. So I also feel like, because the fact that we could have sold them to Villa, this summer for 40 million, and now we're focusing on 20. There was a time 2 years, a year and a half ago, where I was saying we're not going to sell him, below like 75 million. I said 75 million, we could talk. That's what I was saying a year and a half ago, and now we're talking about 20 million, 40 million. I'm sorry. It's a loan, but it's just, we're not. I'm glad that he's also, gone and he's playing, and, maybe not playing that as much as he would like, but you're kind of having a different role at Barcelona, and you're not that marquee star that everybody's focusing so much on, So a lot of the weight has been lifted off your shoulders, which is nice to see, of course, 100%. But I don't know. It's probably better than D2, though. Yeah. We're going to say that. But I just have to be honest. I mean, good destination for Rashford to be at Barcelona. I'm not saying anything about that. I just feel like, I just hope that he will then end up being bought, and it will be a direct profit. Same with Pinacho. But either way, Helen, I think that's the only one that I'm kind of or really happy about, to be fair, in terms of the fee potential. The fact that he actually went, and he's not coming back, but Napoli, they're paying 6 million to have the Danish international loan for the season, slightly higher than the 5 million fee that had originally been reported, and will have an option to buy for a further 44 million. That I do think that's a good signing, a good deal. It's a loan, but I actually think he can cook, and I do think he's going to do well. So I'm going to say that's a good transfer for Napoli to make, and it's a good deal for us to make. Yes, we're not going to get anywhere of that 70 million or so back. We're not getting that we paid for, but at least it's not like we're talking about 20 million. And I do think that it probably will, if he ends up doing well, and I'll definitely tune in. You know me, I'd be watching Serie A games regardless, but mostly a lot of Inter and like the big clubs at like Juve, Milan, Napoli and such, Roma sometimes, but I'll definitely watch more Napoli for sure, just to kind of see like, oh, McTominay's been cooking, so we're going to probably see Haaland cook and De Bruyne to serve them both. That's insane. Pick up Raul. Hey, it's been a while since, wow, been really long. Glad to see the channel has grown. Thank you. I appreciate it. It's been a little bit of standstill now the last few months, but we're trying to get back into it. But big up Raul, one of the OGs on the channel. So yeah, City supporter as well, by the way. So big up Raul, big up Raul. Unana. You know what? No, we're gonna take Sancho first. Sancho, I'm not gonna lie. The fact he's doing he's doing literally a Rashford. Rashford went to Villa, obviously in the January window, and some people are saying he did bad, but in my opinion, I think he did all right. Made him get a Barcelona move, so I think he did all right. The fact that Sancho now is at Villa, and he could have, no disrespect to Villa, but he could have gone to Juventus, he could have gone to Roma. He didn't want to go to, the Turkish league. Okay, that's on you, but Juve, Roma, Napoli, I think at some point were interested. He was like, okay, I'll go to Birmingham. I go to Villa for a season, but we're not going to make that permanent. So this is a loan as well. I would have preferred us to sell him, but this guy wasn't going to go anywhere. I'm gonna say it's a bit meh. Yeah. It'll be interesting. We'll definitely tune in to Villa and see how he does. But this guy has I think he's lost his way. I don't know if he's fell out of love when it comes to football, what it is, but yeah, I think he's just not. He's lost his way, and that's sad to see. This guy was saying freedom, It ain't so freedom-ish now, is it? Regardless, that's where he is. Lastly, Unana to Trabzonspor, Turkish club. I know that he hasn't had a very well international break. He let in a goal, Cameroon, pretty bad way. And people are on his back. They really are. This is just a loan, but the guy is making more money than what he did at Man United. He's basically making, I think, double of what he's earning at Man United. So he wanted to negotiate a better wages here at Man United, but we were like, yo, Rose, you're not getting a new contract right now. And also, you're gonna, on top of that, be our third goalkeeper. You're not gonna be number one. You're certainly not gonna be number two. So you're gonna be down the pecking order. And it is what it is. Nana is the most hated goalkeeper right now. His mouth doesn't really help either. That's the thing. And I really wanted it to work. I really did. I'm gonna be wearing my Nana shirt again tomorrow, just to be like, thank you for leading. Thank you. Thank you. You didn't, want to fight for your place, but that's fine. At least you won't be our problem now. So in camaraderie, in commiseration, some thoughtfulness to honor Onana, I'll wear my Onana kit tomorrow. And it's one of my favorite kits. It's just annoying that it's his name on the back of it. But that shall not, make me not wear it, because I will. Loans FC, I wonder if this dumb wage structure will be started to have transferable players. I hope so. I hear it. To be very honest, not feeling good about both the Manchester clubs. Ain't none of us do. Ain't none of us do, buddy. But Onana, though, this deal, to be fair, I'm going to say it's a decent one. We actually wanted him to go, so we're going to say it's a good one. He's earning a lot of money. What the hell? I don't know if this is going to be... it's basically... The thing is, though, it's no loan fee involved or an option to make the move permanent. But I just feel like he's probably going to leave regardless. I think his Man United career is over. So he's going to be leaving anyways. He will be going. But it's just about, okay, Are you going to another club? Or are you staying at Trabzonspor? Something different about them. I think Liverpool will dominate the next few years. No, I don't think they will dominate. I do think that Chelsea will get into it, and we'll see. Regardless, though. So there you have it, guys. That was my rating every Man United transfers of this summer window. Yes. I should be back on Friday to do a preview for the Manchester Derby. So yeah, and probably might drop a video tomorrow. Maybe we will see. But stay tuned. Stay tuned. We got some streams coming up this week. So I hope that you guys are enjoying it. Yeah. Great bit, Sophia. Do you think you will do Collins? I really want to do Collins again. I miss doing it. I've just been lazy with trying to set it up. But I want to do it again. I do want to do it. So I just need to figure that out a little bit. But thanks for reminding me though, Eddie. I need to think a little bit more on it, but that is definitely in the back of my mind for sure. So yeah, guys, thank you for watching. Make sure you like this video here and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Consider becoming an SFT member. Link is in the description box. Also, thanks again, Tyler, for dropping by and handing in this wonderful donation. Thank you so much for that. Thank you. Yes, have a good night, everybody, and I'll see you guys most likely on Friday. Peace out, love, peace out. Bye-bye.